Hey, hey! Kai Kai apple pie! It smells so good. It looks like caramel around the sides where it's stripped. Hi bakers, welcome to another episode of Baking with Kai. Today is all about pie. We have our new baking school book out now and there's a whole chapter on pie. And today I'm talking about 5 tips about how to make the best pie crust that come right from our baking school book. So I'll let you in on the secret so you can make pie crust like a pro. Tip number 1, when it comes to pie crust ingredients, basic is best because there's only a few things that go into pie crust, so you want to choose wisely. We recommend using a medium protein content flour like our all-purpose, and then for the liquids, you want to choose carefully as well. You may have heard a baker, someone you know, your grandma tell you that you should really use vodka to make a super flaky pie crust. We've done a lot of testing to see if this is true, and we've found that because there's so much alcohol and not as much water in vodka, it actually evaporates as you're mixing the dough and working with it. So you end up with a dough that cracks, is super delicate and hard to handle. So save this for your cocktails. You might have also heard that you should use acid as the liquid, like lemon juice or vinegar, because acids can, in some cases, soften or loosen protein. In order to get that result, you have to use so much acid, like lemon juice or vinegar, that you're going to change the flavor of your pie crust. So skip this, maybe make lemonade. Just use cold water to make your pie crust. It will give your dough the right amount of structure, and if you follow all these other tips we're going to tell you too, you'll end up with a pie dough that's easy to work with and gives you great results. Tip number 2, roll your pie dough like a pro, and this is how. Start with pie dough that comes straight out of the fridge that is thoroughly chilled. Most people just want to dig right in with the rolling pin and start rolling, and then your pie crust can crack, which feels super stressful. So you can actually use your rolling pin to beat the dough gently, and that helps make the dough a little bit more pliable. It just gets the butter to loosen up a little bit, and then you'll be able to roll without cracks. Once the dough is loosened up, you've dusted it with flour, you've put a little flour on your pin, maybe your hands too. You want to roll from the center out rather than back and forth. So imagine the rays of the sun. You start in the center, roll out, center, roll out. And why we want to do that is because if you just go back and forth, you're activating the gluten in the pie dough, just like you're activating gluten when you knead bread dough. Bread dough, you want that gluten so you get a chewy texture. Pie dough, you want it to be super tender. So rather than activating the gluten strands and basically making like a rubber band that's being stretched back and forth, just go from the center out and avoid rolling over the edges because that can smear the edges, make them kind of thin, and you want an even thickness throughout. Okay, I think that's pretty close. So now I'm just checking the size of my pie crust to make sure that I'll have enough to line the sides and the bottom. It's about 2 inches of excess on all edges. I'll maybe go just a little bit bigger to make sure that I have plenty of dough. Tip number 3, fold the dough before you move it. A lot of people get really nervous once they get to this step where they've rolled out their pie crust super carefully, but then they don't know how to get it into the pan in one piece. There's a couple different ways to do this, but our baking school teaches something really simple, really effective. You basically just take your rolled out dough, fold it in half, gently fold it again so that it's in quarters, and then take the dough all folded up, move it so that it's over your pan, line up the tip of the triangle with the very center of your pan, and then just unfold it. It's not dramatic, but it works. Tip number 4, save your pie dough scraps. Once you've moved the dough into the pan, use a pair of kitchen scissors to trim off any excess. You'll want about an inch border all the way around. Then once you have all that extra dough, gather it together, chill it in the fridge for 30 minutes, and then you can roll it back out and you can cut it into strips and brush it with egg wash and sprinkle some sparkling sugar or some cinnamon sugar on that, bake it off, and you have a little baker's snack. It's delicious. Our little pie crust snacks are out of the oven. They're super cute. They are golden brown, just in time for coffee break. Okay, we are doing a pie crust rolling contest for speed and accuracy. So whichever one of us can roll the best pie crust in 1 minute wins The vodka. No, I don't know. No, I don't know. I'll go from 5.
3, 2, 1.
Go. Three, 2, 1. I really could have used 30 more seconds, but.
Okay, hold your 5 up.
Woo.
Let's see.
Shaved.
Okay, Kai's the winner. She was also on a dead sprint.
I know. I was like. Oh my god. Okay, now we're all perfectionists, so we all need to then finish our crust. Yeah, it just like helps. Otherwise, you don't have a lot of material to work with. Well, that was fun.
You can cut to this instead of what
Yeah.
the actual results were.
I know. You can say, ta-da! 1 minute.
Thanks,
Nice.
baking school.
Yeah, for teaching us how to make pie crusts like pros. I did learn though from them, really. Come on, get your pie.
Say bye, everybody.
Bye. Let us know if you want to see more pie content, like how to crimp or make pie crust from start to finish. Let us know if you want to see those videos in the comments below. Thanks for watching.